John Livia here, your host for Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding and Serious and Silliness Outcast. Great news. We have a brand new sponsor, Ideal Weight and Aesthetics. This place is a one-stop shop for weight loss, rejuvenation, energy, and anti-aging. This is a brand new startup company located at 160 Lanza Avenue, Garfield, New Jersey. Their number is 732-436-1924. You could also email them ideal@idealweightandaesthetics.com. This is basically what they do. They have a clinician look over all your blood work and they recommend what you should and should not do. They do weight loss, semaglutide and tirzepatide. They offer the NAD injections or drip, which is a brand new technology that everybody is jumping on. IV infusion, testosterone replacement therapy, and peptides, microneedling, and skin therapy. You guys know that I love to support small business. So, really, give them a call, reach out. You'll feel better, it'll make you look better, and you'll be twice the person. You won't be disappointed. Take my word for it. Ideal Weight and Aesthetics. Evolve Nutrition, 110 Route 10, East Hanover, New Jersey. Evolve Nutrition, EHNJ.shop, 973-647-4625. Evolve Nutrition has all your favorite supplements and vitamins, health and wellness products, fresh meals, protein snacks, gym apparel, and accessories. They will ship to all 50 states. If you don't see a product that you want on their website, just give them a call, 973-647-4625, or message them on Instagram. Tell them what you want. They will order for you, and they will ship it to you to any state in the country. But the best part is 20% off with this discount code SS20. Or when you call them, just tell them to show the commercial on Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding. Evolve Nutrition, 110 Route 10, East Hanover, New Jersey. The website, www.evolvenutritionehnj.shop, 973-647-4625. And don't forget the discount code SS20 for 20% off your favorite products. All right, Anabolic Academy. We didn't have an Anabolic Academy last week because I only had one question. So I actually held that question for this week. This week we have 3 questions. So it's going to be a little bit better than last week because last week there was no goddamn show. But anyway, if this is the first time of you tuning in, Anabolic Academy, what is it? You ask me questions about bodybuilding, fitness, or anything you'd like to ask me, and I answer it right here every week on Serious and Silliness Bodybuilding. I record Monday evening, and it should be aired Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern. Now, how can you reach me to answer these questions, or ask me these questions, rather? Instagram, Serious and Silliness. Email me, UncleJohn1201 at Gmail, or my other email, John_Livia at Yahoo. If you want, you can hit me up on Facebook, John Livia, or Tik Tok John Livia, or if you see me in person, you can just ask away, and if the question is good enough, I am going to answer it right here. Now, before we get started, I just did a live feed, Shooting the Breeze, with Kenton from EP09 and Xavier from Desktop Bodybuilding, and I really want to thank them both for helping me because Lee Priest is in Europe right now on his European UK tour, so he is not going to be able to make it the last couple of weeks. I don't know when he's coming back. I'm assuming he'll be back next week, but we shall see. So thank you to both of those guys for helping me with the show this week. It was actually really good. We talked about the Masters Nationals. We talked about bodybuilding. We talked about Superman toward the end. Actually, it was pretty fun. Shooting Breeze is always a fun show to watch. So go back and give it a shot and check it out. Anyway, all right, let's dive into the questions. The first question, Instagram, Kali_baby. What's a fair price for a coach for a 12-week prep? Okay. Well, a mid-range coach, somebody who has some good knowledge, which I recommend at least getting a mid-range coach. You don't want to get some shithead from TikTok or anything like that. Mid-range coaches, I guess you could You would go, there's plenty of guys, Vinny Galante, Jason Arns. I mean, there's so many guys in that area, in that tier of trainers, right? They're going to charge you between 12 and 1500. Now, if you want somebody excellent, like a George Farah, a Chris Aceto, a Chad Nichols, you're probably looking at 2500 to 3500 for a 12 week prep. Is it worth the money? Well, that's entirely up to you and if you have the money to spend. And it really is. That's what it would charge. I know Thackeray is a fantastic coach, and I know he's very inexpensive. So if I were to have to compete again, I would probably go with Thackeray because I know his knowledge is next to none, and he is very, very reasonable, and he works with a lot of his clients as far as pricing, when to payments, and so on and so forth. He's really good like that, and he's a guy is as far as a coach, he's phenomenal. Even as a bodybuilder, he's great, but phenomenal. If I had to compete again and I wanted somebody in this area, I would go with Thackeray, King Kamali. If Oscar Arden is still available, because I know he's out of Brooklyn, those are the three I would look into, right? Because I'm pretty sure they're all in this area. Although Thackeray might be, I think he moved to Florida. I don't know, but I know he's from Queens, Brooklyn. But then he moved to Queens, borderline Long Island, whatever, doesn't matter. So that's what you're looking at. Next question. Fran is the man. Would you have done OnlyFans if it was around when you were younger and single? Fran, you're a sick fuck. First of all, no, I'm not showing my goods to anybody. Secondly, the only way straight guy, is going to be making any money on OnlyFans is the gay guys are going to be paying for it because women don't pay to see guys schlongs. All right. It doesn't fucking work that way. And I'm not really into this whole showing gay guys my tool. It's just not for me. And what do you mean when I was young? Fucking do it now, prick. What the hell's wrong with you? Now, I am not a big uh, advocate of anybody doing OnlyFans. I truly believe that people that do OnlyFans, it is a fast track to a life that you don't want, a life of debauchery and so on and so forth. Because generally, this is how it works. Okay, you might say to yourself, "Oh, well, and let 70% of the performers on OnlyFans are women." Okay, the other the others are probably men, gay men, so on and so forth. But the only people really paying are straight men and gay men. That's who are paying for OnlyFans. Okay, but generally speaking, I really am not a big advocate for OnlyFans because what generally happens is, oh, I'm only going to do bikini pics. That's all I'm going to do. And then you could charge $10 a month. And then somebody says, well, if you make me a homemade video, which you can do on OnlyFans, and you do a masturbation video, I'll pay you $500 just for the video. And this has happened. And then once you open that door, it justifies all the other things that you're going to do down the road. Penetration, on down the road of debauchery and pornography and so on and so forth. It's kind of like using a drug, right? It's like, well, yeah, I use tests, but it justifies me using GH and it justifies me using Tren, and well, now I can't sleep, so that justifies me using Xanax, and now, I can't eat, so it justifies me smoking weed, so I can fucking have an appetite. It's the same thing, okay? You get paid and then it just you justify yourself about the next move to make more money. And I don't see any good that comes from OnlyFans at all. I really don't. I do not see any good that comes from OnlyFans. But no, to answer your question, no, you twisted sick fuck. Wouldn't do OnlyFans. Now, next question is an email from ang_378 @gmail.com. I am 17 years old and I just started working out. How long before I see results? That's a very vague question. Uh, Everybody is different. I don't know what your body type is. I don't know how you're training. I don't know what your meals are. I don't know what your nutrition is. I have no idea. I don't know if you are a fast gainer, if you're not. There's so many things that come into variables. But if you're gaining, 1 to 2 pounds a month of muscle every month, you're on the right track. Let me just tell you, you young guys out there, okay? Bodybuilding is not a sprint. It is something that takes a very long time. Even even guys that are, easy gainers like a Nick Walker or the best guys in the world, a Nick Walker or a Samson Dowda. These guys still took 7, 8, 9, 10 years to put all that muscle on, right? Even those great bodybuilders had to take time to put that muscle on. Now, don't get me wrong, they see results much better and much faster than we do, but you have to you have to do it in baby steps, okay? You can't say I want to go from working out to winning a contest, all right? What you want to do is you want to take baby steps. I want to lose a little bit of body fat and put on some muscle. And a month or 2 months later, if you do that, you accomplish that, great. Then you go to the next step. Then you go, okay, well, I want to learn how to do more nutrition so that I could put on more muscle and lose a little bit more body fat. And it's the next step. And then before you know it, if you follow all these steps in 2, 3, 4 years, then maybe you're doing contests and winning them. But to say I want to do that and I want to springboard from point A to my goal, that's never going to happen. And that's how you have to approach life in anything, whether you start a business, whether you start school, whether you start a podcast. Okay. It's got to be done in increments and baby steps. And then value the accomplishment when you get those baby steps done. If you are working out and you work out for 6 months and you see a difference between when you first started and the 6 months in, value that, appreciate that, applaud that. And then that will give you the motivation to continue. And that's the way it is in life in general, in everything. It's never, it is never a fucking sprint. Okay. Unless you are 1 in a million, 1 in a billion. But the majority of us, it takes a long time to accomplish our goals, whether it's podcasting, influencing, starting a business, putting an addition on your home, starting school, having a family, or becoming a pro bodybuilder. It's always small steps and small increments before you get to the major goal that you want. And you have to stick to the game plan, and you have to value the small accomplishments, because when you value the small accomplishments, that gives you the confidence and the fuel to go ahead to the next accomplishment that's going to bring you to the next accomplishment, which is going to make you meet your all-time goal. So don't worry about it so much right now. You are in a learning phase. You're in the gym, you're just starting to work out, you're learning about nutrition, you're learning about lifting. Don't be afraid to ask questions in the gym. Don't be afraid to reaching out to me is perfect. You could email me or reach out to me, and I will answer any questions you want, whether it's in private or on here. Everybody knows. Anybody who has ever hit me up on Instagram, I always respond. Anybody who's ever emailed me, I always respond. So please don't hesitate. And the only thing I'm going to say to you about guys in the gym, um, make sure you I know you're young, but make sure you try to talk to people that know what they're doing. And if you see a person that is in the gym and he's not fit, I'd probably stay away from that person as far as asking questions. But if you see a person that's in the gym and fit, and you could see that he's made progress, um, pick his brain. Believe me, I'm going to tell you that they are going to take it as a compliment when you want to ask about how to put muscle on, and you ask a guy that's in the gym and he's working out. I was in the locker room last week, and these 2 teenage kids said to me, "Man, you're jacked. How do I put weight on? How do I put muscle on?" And I talked to him for like 20 minutes. I loved it. I love talking to the young guys and teaching the young guys. I get such fulfillment out of it. It's great. Anyway, guys, That concludes Anabolic Academy. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next week. Later. Peace.